All right, what do you say we have a look at this G.I. Joe Adventure Team? Hasbro, Man of Action with lifelike hair. This one I think was put out in 2007. There it says 2007. And it looks to me like it was purchased at Walmart in 2007, 996. $10 for a Walmart for a 12-inch G.I. Joe with hair. Not bad. And it says the Jaws of Death right there. But it also says products shown are for historical depiction only and are not currently available. So this is basically, they're letting you know what the original box looked like. So what do you say we get him out and have a closer look? Cool box. All right, so we got the Man of Action out of his package. And I'm going to go ahead and take his clothes off. It looks to me like this gun doesn't belong here. I don't know. Definitely looks like a 9mm. Missing its cartridge. What do you say we just get his clothes off and stop messing around? Drop that there. It's got a little rubber band right there. So just slide that out like so. Come on. Off with your pants, man. And there's his pants. There's his Adventure Team dog tag. His flocking is done really nice. He's got multiple colors in there. You got a dark brown and what looks to be like some blonde in there as well. Multicolor. Again, nice paint job on G.I. Joe's face there. Great eyes. Subtle paint on his scar and his lips. Looking good. Definitely a kind of body. Let me put my glasses on here. It says G.I. Joe Incorporated 2003 Hasbro, so they've been running this body since 2003 at this point. Yeah, it's not much different than a vintage G.I. Joe, but it seems like these hip joints, these ball joints, are a little bit looser than an original G.I. Joe. But the ankles are nice and snug. Knee joints are really nice. So are the shoulder joints. Got that bicep cut here as well. Nice tight elbow. Nice firm wrist joints. And of course, a fully posable head. I don't know. I would have to get, just for fairness sake, an original G.I. Joe body, Adventure Team body, early Adventure Team body, because there were two type. Let me do the swivel here. Then there was a, I believe this is a modeled after the early Adventure Team body. In the later, the mid-70s, they had blue shorts where they changed the body once again. And I think I'll do that right now. Obviously, it's shower time in the barracks because, you know, he's so happy to get the day's dirt off. He's doing the ra-cha-cha. Anyway, this is an original. As you can see, the shapes of the body are almost identical. The early Adventure Team's bodies were exactly the same as the 1964 bodies, except they had flocking on their hair. When they changed the body again, they had the blue shorts and the body was a complete resculpt. if you will. A lot of the parts may have been the same. I'm not too familiar with that, but I know from here up was different. So just feeling these two, the original one has substantially more weight to it. It really does. You see on the buttocks and the ball joints, the ball joints seem to be a little bit bigger on this, a little bit smaller on this. But that being said, these here will hold their position on the old one where you leave it. This is what I'm having trouble with this one doing, as you can see. So yeah, it just might be the case of the rubber band not being pulled tight enough, you know. So yeah, there's not much difference in the sculpt of the body. However, the manufacturing of this new body, or shall I say, the production value was not as high as it was back in the day. But this one was made in China, and this one was made in the USA, as you can see right there. And yeah, body's held up pretty good on this one as well. And that being said, I really enjoy the flocked hair G.I. Joes. I really don't care what era they're from. They just seem like a little more quality when you get a flocked hair Action Man or G.I. Joe or Man of Action or anything like that. He will be proudly put on display in my collection for sure. Maybe I'll try a couple different uniforms on him and we'll see what's up. Now I was actually going to put this outfit on this G.I. Joe, but it turns out that I already have one of these G.I. Joes inside this outfit. And I will show you. It's the same with the exception of his hair color. As you can see, look at this quality control, or lack thereof. I pulled his hat off, and a big chunk of his hair started to come off. I mean, I can fix that with a little glue, but I mean, this toy has never been played with. This is a display-only piece, and his hair is already starting to fall off. So, you know, again, for the adult collector. So yeah. So let's have a look at this Joe's clothes. I mean, I like the way they're made. I really do. I think they're made very well. Of course, and again, they haven't been through the rigors of a kid playing with them in the dirt or grinding them into mud, because that's what kids used to do with their G.I. Joes. And their moms would wash their clothes, you know, after they brought their dolls in. Kids would take their dolls into the bathtub. That's how they got cleaned. And their clothes would be cleaned by their mothers back in the day. At least that's the way it was around my house. And I have to say, I think the badges are actually better. Back in the day, they were stickers, you know, and I don't know. I just don't know if they lasted. I had seen plenty of, well, I just recently did a review where there was a half a sticker and just peeled right off. This looks like it's been heat pressed on. So kudos to the Chinese for doing that. Yeah, the clothes are made in China also. And the boots, you know, they seem about the same quality. They're still made like they'll split in the back if you're not careful putting your Joe's foot in, just like they were back in the day. And they still fit sloppily like the original G.I. Joes did. You know, almost wonder why G.I. Joes never had socks. So anyway, let me get his clothes put back on, and then I'll be right back. So yeah, you know, that's been my review of the G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip. Hasbro's Man of Action with lifelike hair. This must have been a Walmart only exclusive. If I remember correctly, I did read in 2007 that these commemorative box arts were Walmart only. which is probably why you see that Walmart tag right there. So yeah, if you're not going to play with this, you're not going to give this to a kid to play with, it's fantastic. I think I would still hand that one right there to a kid to play with. And a kid did play with it. Look, he's been half shaved. He's got a half a goatee. But yeah, maybe someday I'll get around to reflocking him. But you know what? Again, perfection and imperfection is very nice. You don't have to worry about this thing falling off a shelf or anything and worrying about you're destroying a fantastic collectible, because after all, it's still a toy that survived, which makes him really collectible. So yeah, that's been my look. So thank you, Tony. He sent me this. I appreciate it. Howlin' Wolf out.